I don't know if this should be the first James Bond movie you watch, but it should be the next one. Because if you're remotely debating who the best James Bond was, but you never saw either of the Timothy Dalton movies, then this recommendation might scare the living daylights out of you. Okay, that last part didn't make any sense, but I'm keeping it in because it's a bit of a meme in the fandom. So if you don't know, 1987's The Living Daylights was the first James Bond movie after the departure of Roger Moore. It starred Timothy Dalton, who you might recognize from 1923 or The Rocketeer, and his performance and appearance are considered by many fans to be the most book accurate in the franchise. And that's not even one of the main selling points to me, because in my estimation, this is one of the most fun, romantic, and adventurous of all the Bond outings. And that makes sense because this movie had a bit of a tightrope to walk. It was following up the camp and silliness of the Roger Moore era with a desire to take the franchise in a more serious direction, but needed to not deviate so much that it would be a betrayal to audiences. But make no mistake, this movie is much more gritty than the ones that came before. And for eagle-eyed viewers, yes, that right there is John Rhys Davies, Gimli and Treebeard from Lord of the Rings, and Messala from Indiana Jones. And he is delightful in this movie, one of the highlights. The weak points, unfortunately, being the villains, who are so unmemorable that this actor was able to appear in GoldenEye just a few years later, but making up for that are a fantastic romance, some awesome practical action and stunts. Just gonna leave this here for a second. And as I have not emphasized enough, some of the best globetrotting adventure in the entire franchise. And this is the most Cold War spy entry aside from Russia with Love, starting with a classic Iron Curtain defection and ending all the way in the Middle East. And in this way, the movie also acts as an interesting time capsule for international politics and perspectives back in 1987, in a frankly far more grounded way than the franchise had done in decades, with a Bond who is at times even more tactical and cold-blooded than we get from Daniel Craig. Also, the main title song is by a-ha, who did Take On Me, and is, in my opinion, the most underappreciated of all the James Bond themes.